I ain't asking for much. Drew, you would like driving on this road with me? Day one, Temecula, California. I thought I'd share this view with you. I was thinking to myself, if I'm driving up here, Sage Road, I'm thinking, man, I am a lucky guy to get to see and do some of these things, meet amazing people. And I thought, you know what? There's no luck. You make your own luck. You guys should know that. I think some of us forget that it's not just about what happens to us by chance. The other thing I was thinking about is, who cares about being better than anybody? How about just be better than who you were yesterday? I think if we can do that, the whole world will be a hell of a lot better. Happy to be here, happy to be alive. Be well. So if you're ever coming to train out here at Josh's place, probably don't show up in like a Kia. But amazing. We're up in some beautiful scenery here. And there's Josh now. Well, what I was gonna say is they do the right things to be excellent. Michael Jordan and all of his buddies were out chasing tail. He was on the local basketball court until like freaking 2 a.m. On that thread, as we are loading, unloading, we have a system. I'm gonna load, I'm gonna come out of the holster. Okay, so this time, focus on the paper. See your sight. You're not stopping, you're just visualizing where the paper is. As you see your sight cross the paper, say to yourself, boom, boom. You guys are the half of 1% of gun owners that spend a Saturday in the sun gunning. Most people don't do that. So I would consider you to have the at least mindset that you want. Now shift your focus to the front sight. So you should now have your front sight in clear, concise focus. Now try that, move back and forth, and just see how that changes. Look at this, if I draw this out of my mag pouch, check it out. See that? Why? Because I can use my index finger to index. Think about your pinky, or your index finger adjoining your pinky finger. Check it out. And people that tell you don't look, don't listen to people that tell you don't look. That no longer is a piece of paper, dudes. That is a man's chest, a man that is trying to inflict very bad things upon you. You tracking? I want to know when I bring it out again that it's going to go boom, right? There's a lot of times people put a gun away that's not in battery. So when somebody says don't press check, why would I not want to know before I put my rescue tool away, the next time I pull it out, well, I know my gun, and I know that I just put a fresh mag in it, and I just, yeah, it's probably loaded, but when I go to put it away, I want to know it's loaded. That does not mean that you need to be some neurotic. Left to right, left to right. When you're ready, start popping shots. Here's where the rubber meets the road if you guys are wanting to get better. Draw. Seat lock tug. Seat lock. Seat tug. Press check. Tap the back of the slide. Thumb check and reholster. Who wants to tell me something else you guys should all do right now? A couple things I want to feel is I want to squeeze. Remove that hand. I want you to feel what I'm doing. Bend the elbow a little bit. Just try it. I'm not telling you one mag and it's This, you can find your sights, get a shot, finger to the locator, take a break for a minute. When we're shooting for accuracy, what do you got to do? You got to do the things that will allow you to get the accuracy. So, how's my grip? I'm going through a mental auditing process. How's my grip? Is it how I like it? Yes. My finger's now on the trigger. Slack's going to come out of the trigger. Where's my sight alignment? Good. Finger back to the locator. It's not just, there's my sight, shoot. There's my sight, shoot. If you want to get the result, you got to focus on the right things to get the result that we're going for. 2-1. Three. I think that I have been illustrating to you that it is necessary downrange to develop subconscious and automatic responses to how you're using the gun. If you have to think about how am I holding it, how am I pressing the trigger, you can't do things quickly. Agreed?
Yeah.
2-1, do it up. So a lot of times we spend way too much time thinking we need to have a good sight picture. Here's what we're going to do, really simple. I'm going to have you guys draw, press out, get a good sight picture on the paper. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to fire 5 shots. 2-1. This requires you not to move around a lot because otherwise you'll get no value out of it. Square up. Look left and right, eyes and ears.
The line's horrible.
What are you horrible?
No, I said our line.
Oh. Straighten up then. Look left and right. The man that paints his mags is metering you at 15 feet. And I don't care if you're that squared up or not. Okay, so, load and make ready. Come back to the holster. You're going to do. You're going to draw, you're going to press out. I'm closing my eyes. My eyes were indeed closed. And then we're going to just assess that. You can't, if you guys, the only thing I can tell you about this drill and why we're doing it, if you get the gun out there, you close your eyes, and then you start to like feel yourself moving and try to correct it, stop, open your eyes up, put the sights back on the target. When you close your eyes, we're not trying to like see if you can like do ninja shit with your eyes closed. Just watch what's going to happen. Press out. Go ahead. Press out. Put your sight. Make sure you got a good base underneath you. Put your finger on the trigger. Take the slack out. Close your eyes and give me 5 shots. So we've just deployed our weapon and shot somebody a couple times in the chest and then in the face. What do we not want to do? What's that?
Reholster.
Why don't we want to reholster?
Multiple attackers.
Multiple threats. You guys ever pick up a gun that's not your own and you point it out there and you look at the sights and they're like not where you think they should be?
Yep.
Because you trained yourself to. This is why when people are like, I carry my Smith & Wesson to church, but I carry my Glock to work, well, it doesn't make good sense. Final sight picture, right? Yep. What we're discussing is what we're about to get into, which is natural point of aim. So when you point your gun out really quickly, when you see somebody like Barrett that can draw and shoot and hit a target in 3/4 of a second, or somebody that can do it in 1/4 of a second, believe me, there's people that are alive that can do that. And did you know that? There's a dude that can hit a target in under 1/10 of a second once upon a time. You guys run it again, 3-3. Bob Munden was his name. He passed away.
He does that double shot that's like faster than
it's crazy. He could shoot 2 shots in under 1/10 of a second at 2 targets that were like 10 feet apart. What?
Wow, they hooked him up to like a manometer, and he's faster than like
crazy.
All this shit.
So he's not sighting the gun. So when you come out of the holster, I'll go a little quickly, but if you come out and make a shot like that, I don't have the real ability to see my sight. I see it, I see what I believe. I mean, I see it on the paper, but it's not. You're almost feeling it as much as you're seeing it.
Yep.
So I think what you're doing is you're seeing your sight within your natural point of aim. You're out, and then it drops down because you're blocking it out. You're gonna have to cam your hand up. 2-2. Draw your gun out and just find the sights as you put them on target. This only does any good if you come out kind of quick. Come out and see where you're aiming at. Give me a few shots. So who shot better than they did all day?
Then your hands locked.
Who shot better doing this with their eyes closed than they did with their eyes open? A couple people. Why? Because you're removing what you think you need to be doing. All you're doing now is squeezing the trigger. And because your eyes are closed, you're like, okay, I don't want to move. And so that's what you got to do. Try it a few more times. And let you do it on your own. It's a great drill to become more aware of your body. Two, three. So when you spend like hours practicing reloading, know that there is very little data on a civilian reloading in a gunfight. What's that tell you? It tells you it's not needed. Doesn't mean you shouldn't know how to reload your gun quickly, but I would much rather you be able to make very accurate shots than be able to reload in a half a second. Because if I'm reloading that quickly, I probably miss a bunch. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like interesting to me, but it looks really you know, when you can get the picture just right, where like the magazine's here and my new one's coming in and it's like, dude, that guy reloads like a ninja. But then you look at the target, you know, there's like the sticks are all shot up and there's holes in the berm from the total misses, but he reloads real quick. I would rather reload very efficiently and accurately than quick most of the time. I would rather be able to get good hits than just reload. I said it twice because I want it bored into your brain. 2-2. Every time we're manipulating the gun, if we are paying attention to how we're doing it, then we should get to the point where it becomes second nature, where we're not wasting the reps. So almost every time I'm on the range, almost every drill, I come out of the holster. Why? Because then I'm getting draw reps every time. When the gun goes empty, I manipulate it as if I'm doing a reload. When I am doing when I had you on the line and I said if you can top off, what's that called?
Administrative.
You're administratively doing a tactical reload. That's the tactical reload is where you drop one mag and put the other in. So we're gonna get up on the line here. You guys are gonna watch me. Just come up here. I'm just gonna face down range. You don't need your ears. Holster up. So we got an empty mag. Here's what we're gonna do. Empty mag. Or like this, if you're a lefty. I'm gonna do a tactical reload. I'm gonna take out whatever mag's in my gun. All of you should have a round in the chamber. So I'm gonna insert the empty. I'm gonna store it on my body. I've now got a full mag in my #1 mag pouch. Yay? So again, pulling that guy out, putting that empty mag in. We'll just get rid of that. Eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Admin load, guys. What happens if the firing sequence is over and I decide to load before I come back to the holster? Seat, lock, tug. What else should be happening?
Press check.
Press check. I just want to see. It's so weird to see somebody shooting
bad?
to the. No, you're not shooting bad at all. Here, this is loaded. I'm just wondering if your sight needs to get tapped over. Your sight's totally moved to the right. Is that how you got it set up?
No.
Yeah, you gotta move it over.
I don't have a sight tool, but we can tap that if somebody's got
So
a
I'm a
hammer.
really good shooter. It's just the sight. Perfect.
It's always good to look at the basic stuff first. Let's tap that bad boy over. Hey guys, so the lady was having some issues and we just looked and her sight is about 35% off of center. So sometimes, 3-3. Okay, come back to the holster. So you guys know what's gonna happen? Thumbs up if you do. So you're gonna draw, you're gonna shoot, your gun's gonna go to slide lock. You are going to retrieve your extra magazine, you're gonna reload, you're gonna reacquire the target, and you're gonna fire. This first reload, why don't you come overhand to cycle? Come overhand. Tracking?
Yes.
Correct. All right. Forget going fast. Get the repetition right where you're thinking about what you're doing. Capiche? Did I hit? Did it work, photographer Fred? Did it work? Does he need another? What happened? I'm gonna do this 2 more times and then we're gonna change this drill up a little bit. Ready? Set it up, set it up, set it up. When you are done, recover to the holster. Who owes me push-ups? Ready? Be mindful. As a man thinks, so shall he be. Who was that? That was another poet from the 1900s. Point being, we have realized through living long enough that there is a way that we program our brain. And we're all doing it every day, whether we agree with it, accept it, or disavow it. You're doing it, whether you agree to it or not. I said this earlier. I'm never going to get a raise, or I can't seem to lose this 5 pounds, or quitting smoking's hard, or... 4, 5, 6. It is very important to think about these things because it doesn't matter if you have the skill. There's a couple dudes I know that are amazing shooters, and they'll tell people, well, I never could shoot a person. I want you to understand. So what he was doing makes perfect sense. I want to make you guys, and then they say that over and over, and I think it's almost like them trying to sound humble. Like, I'm not like a warrior. Well, you better be. You're training to shoot a human being. That's what a warrior does. Okay, eyes and ears. Here's how it starts. What songs? You guys got to sing, too. Why do we do this? Why do I make people sing when we shoot? It's so annoying. I like the last 2 classes, people were so mad. Like one guy, like literally, he's like, I'm not freaking singing. So then he's like, pledge allegiance to the flag. Like he like refused to sing. But you guys, if you don't start thinking about yourself in that context, I am training for combat. We attach combat to like groups of people kicking down a door or marching over a hill with muskets and bayonets. Doesn't have to be that. Combat is human beings engaged in a struggle together, and that's exactly what this is. It induces good vibrations. Oh, wait. If you plan to not die, then you better start thinking about it from the context of winning at all costs, turning fear into rage. I'm not going to let that person take me away from my wife or kids, or I just love living. When we mix happy emotions with our work, doesn't it make your work go better? Right? When you go to work and you're like, when you are dumping dopamine into your system, that's why I drink and shoot all the time, man. Dopamine. Kidding. Tomorrow we're going to talk about my good friend Jared Reston. You've heard this story. Some of you maybe has heard it. I'll leave you with that. Jared was shot 7 times. 7 times, twice through the face. And not only did he win, but he shot 14 times with a .40 caliber before the guy died. And it all took about 2 seconds. Self-audit yourself. Where am I? Am I only 5 yards from that target? I don't want you to shoot the thing at 5. I told you shoot it at 10. I marked it out. Pay attention. Ready? I'm doing it. Somebody can tell me to go whenever you want to.
Go! Keep going.
Is he singing?
Badass Catman shooting paper targets or shooting a rubber dummy that don't shoot back at you. Well, hey, dipshit, why don't you come out here and shoot back at me because I don't have any friends I can shoot at. You know? Like, this is training. It's like you make it as real as possible, and that's as far as you can go. I don't have, like, yes, you can do sim rounds and things like that, but even then, I've done sims many times. I still know it's not going to kill me. I still know when we're done, we're going for beers.
I didn't hear you sing. What were you singing?
I didn't, because I was trying to get you guys to talk, so I will start singing.
Silent Night?
Silent Night.
Are we singing while we're tipping?
Yeah, sing. What are you going to sing?
Go!
Whoa.
Did I hit? Did it work? Does he need another? It's the same, but not the same. So it's you visualization. When we talk about these things, sometimes people get a little like, whatever. The greatest athletes in the world visualize a game. I'm talking like down to they run these things through their head. They hear the ball go through the net. They hear the crowd scream. Fighter pilots, before a sortie, they imagine every bank and turn. They hear.
I'm bad, you know it. I'm bad, you know I'm bad. I'm bad.
Go!
Go!
Maybe you didn't sing a song.
I was singing.
Way to make that reload happen. Let's go, let's go! Who's up? Hear the engines throttle up. They see the impact of missiles. They fantasize about this, not fantasize in a sick way. That's how our brains work. Our subconscious will create what we put into it time and again. What song were you listening to on the way into the range today?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
You were listening to something.
I don't know.
Girls just wanna have fun.
I want to have fun.
Well, what song was it?
Girls just want to have fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
girl.
go. Like 3 people said go.
Somebody get up. Somebody get up on deck. Somebody get on deck. Somebody get on deck. Pick a song. Did I hit? Did it work?
I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
My wife hates me. She's gonna leave me. I keep dwelling on this. She ultimately left me. Of course, you created that reality. I can't lose any weight. You know, like we create that reality. So when we spend energy literally immersing ourselves, and you have to believe it. That's what faith is. So when like the Bible talks about applying faith to get a result.
Go.
Let's go.
What song was that?
No, I don't even know.
Oh, it's
Make sure your finger is off the trigger as you're moving.
I should have sang Boy George.
Did I hit? Did it work? Stay on that target, guys. Don't drag the gun back in. That's the same physical equivalent of literally actual or visualization and actualization. Getting a little spiritual here on Sunday morning, but that's what it is. And now it's gone, 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 and it can't go on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Doop, 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 doop. Nobody's on deck. Baby, baby, I get down on my knees for you. Come on, that's your part. If you would only... Where were you? Totally left me hanging, man. You love me. Did I hit? Did it work? You can't just be like, that's probably what I do. No, you actually have to believe the thing that you're imprinting. SWAT teams, you go even higher. Go up to top level ODA teams, Green Berets. They sit together. Some of these guys, eyes closed, and they talk it out.
When a girl walks in with anybody wants to about to gun in your face.
You get sprung. All right, Carlos, I just heard the door breach. You went right, I went left. Clarissa came up behind. Carissa, sorry. In his hands, he's got the whole world. Go. In his hands, he's got the whole world. It's picking a song. Right? I think you should run back and make that hit up. Yeah. Holster reluctantly. What would that do? Besides you adding that to your subconscious doesn't know if it's real or not. This is why a liar believes his own lies. You say it enough times and it's like, oh, that's real. That's why they believe it. The subconscious doesn't know whether you did it or you just told yourself you did it. Not add to that, you really start to become more aware of things beyond the physical when you develop the ability to start thinking like that. And if you were in a group of dudes, don't you think that would create some togetherness, that you were man enough to fantasize together? You know what I mean?
Push into the head. All my friends are dead.
What's the song?
I don't know any song.
Bullshit! Yes or no?
Yeah.
I mean, rather than just be like, yeah, let's go kick some freaking heads in. To be able to go to that other level of communication. So, to your point, training, and like the tunnel vision thing, when we get to today, every time you end a course of fire.
And Froggy Frog song.
Happy birthday.
Go!
All right, we're going to the Star Spangled Banner then, because everybody better know that. Get that hit! I think I did tell you guys that you can shoot static these first 2 times. Hey, get that gun up! Did I hit? Did it work? Get that gun up! Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Holster up. Dump some breath in. Scan. That's part of the scanning process. It's not just looking for bad guys. It's breaking your focal shift. Don't just swing your eyes around. Pick a rock, pick a chunk of grass, pick a leaf, pick somebody's holster, whatever. Look around. Different distances.
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low,
Yeah.
ain't no river wide, ain't no baby.
Yeah, when you need me, call. He was waiting for it. Yeah.
There you go, boy, girl.
Just make 3 on there.
Did I hit?
Didn't work. Let's need another.
Amen. Holster slow. Tachypsychia is that compression or expansion of time and space. The car rolls in slow motion. I saw.
Okay. You just said, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't hear you. That happens both ways. Time slows down. Time speeds up. It seemed like a couple of seconds, but it was really minutes, or it was minutes, and it felt like a couple.
When I got hit by a car, it happened so fast. That's basically what that is.
And
Sometimes
sometimes
it
people
happens
see the stuff lift up off the dashboard. I've had that happen before. All right, I'm not videotaping you doing jumping jacks. That tachypsychia can be useful, and I personally think there are people that can switch that on and off. We watch like Spider-Man movies, where he like sees like baseballs flying by like that. I think people can do that. I don't even want to look. I feel like a creep.
Can I go?
No. Go ahead. Finger to the locator. Finger to the locator. Did I hit? Did it work? Yeah. I don't know how it's done, but I think 1 through training. Talking about Bob Munden shooting the 2 balloons yesterday at 10 feet apart, boom, boom, in 1/10 of a second. Or people that can catch an arrow out of the air. Part of that's timing. How do you train for that? Let me shoot a freaking arrow at your face, and you train for that. How do you train for that, right? Baseball player, hitting a freaking 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Well, yeah,
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Someone told me to run. Go!
Yeah, it's training. He was probably a kid hitting 30-mile-an-hour fastballs, then a high school. Still, any of you guys ever stepped in a plate and seen an 80 or 70-mile-an-hour ball?
Really hitting 60 at the
Right,
batting cage.
right. I mean, that's like...
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy.
Go!
When clouds are
Skies are gray. You'll never know, dear.
I know, right? Go! Go!
Did I hit? Does... You don't have to say anything exact, man. Do I need to shoot this again? Works. Is he still a threat? Is he down? And yeah, there's training. But still, the fact that you're taking something that big and connecting, and I mean that's
just that they can see the spin on the ball.
yeah.
They can see
I
the
mean,
rotation.
that's through training. They have learned to do that. A boxer. There's a what's his name? Roy Jones Jr.
With a real Slim Shady, please stand up. Go! Please stand up.
Why'd you make him stop? I want some. Dildo.
Pineapple.
Look him up. Go on YouTube and just look at that fight footage of Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
He'll like the stuff. It looks like a cartoon where the guy's trying to hit him, and all he's doing is
The Matrix.
yeah. And to him, that is training and exposure to so many punches. See what happens when you have a target with a improper face on it, and that guy shooting him right there. But still, he's got to physically see them, recognize it, move, and then all of a sudden, poof, and his guy's down on the ground. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. But that's, I personally, I don't have any proof of it. I think there's humans that can tap into that. All right. Muzzle downrange when you're reloading, not to the left or right of you. Vasoconstriction. So when we get an adrenaline dump, blood is pulled away from our extremities to our core to make our blood, or give blood to our heart and lungs and brain. This is why we can feel like even our tongue is thick and our fingers don't seem to do right. We can't walk good. You know, even get in a fight with like your significant other and get an adrenaline dump after the fact, you feel kind of like weak and shaky. This is why people train gross motor skills, where you always grab the gun this way, because in a fight you're not going to be able to have fine motor skills. Okay, dudes, let's get on the line. Going down range. Shooting with two hands versus one hand. There's a lot of reasons to shoot with one hand. How many people have seen somebody shooting like this? Yeah. Okay, this is not a new thing. This is an old thing. There's a lot of reasons for this. One, you're tightening your body up. This thing's swinging around. This thing's swinging around. Swing your arm. Yeah, you just feel your body moving. Now here's the bullshit of this. I'm shooting one-handed. Probably because there's something wrong with this hand. Well, who the says I have the ability to pick it up and place it tightly against my chest? Yeah. Would you not call that a training-ism, training scar, potential bullshit? So I say this before and dudes are like, heresy! If I'm assuming, now there's reasons I may want to shoot with one hand. Check this out. So I want to shoot you two-handed, I got to put this much of me out. One-handed, I can cover a lot less, expose a lot less of me. So there might be a tactical reason. One hand allows you to maintain more cover. But if we're thinking from an injury perspective, who says I can do this?
God!
Reload, reload if your gun goes empty. Nothing's changing with the hand, right? Guys like Masayub talked about this inboard cant. He taught me to do this and I started doing it and I stopped doing it. Because why do I want to teach myself to shoot and see the sight picture like this and then teach myself to see the sight picture like this? I used to do that. I stopped doing that. The thought was that it's easier to roll your hand over. Well, why is it acceptable for me to do this, but now if I take this hand away, I got to go like this? Anybody ever think about that? Here's the other thing. If I take this hand away, all I really want to do, I want to keep shit the same as possible. The only thing I do is I drop this elbow under. I want this thing to be able to track. If I go like this, recoil now goes like this. I go like this, recoil's back to what I'm used to seeing. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. Now, depending on distance, if we're this close to the target, I don't care how you do it, but think about it. So we always talk about ammo quality. Here's some from Winchester White Box. Quality control, people. I think this is oftentimes explained because it's from a biomechanics standpoint. It's easy for your hand to be like this. It feels weird for your hand to be like this. From a strength standpoint, when you stick your arm out, if your whatever dominant hand is, and rotate that elbow under, you'll feel a lot. Your lat activates. Your pec might activate, your shoulder, you're engaging a lot more muscles. The other thing you want to do, so when we're shooting two-handed, forward weight bias, if I put one hand on there, put more weight behind the gun. Check me out. Because now I've got all of this to absorb recoil. If your gun goes empty, you reload with whichever hand that gun is in. If it takes you 5 minutes to sort it out and you have to go slow, you do it. It's not about just throwing the gun out there. We're going to do first a mag or two with strong hand. We're going to practice getting it to the other hand. We're going to think about body position. If you're used to shooting like this, shoot like this. All I'm telling you is try this. When we start shooting at distance, this sucks. I told you yesterday, up and down is not up and down and left and right is not left and right. So now just adjust windage. If I'm shooting at that orange cone up there and I adjust equal height, equal light, and I have to go like this, the round's not going up, it's going up and way to the right, right? So you're taking what you've trained yourself to see and making it all cattywampus. So we'll try that. Again, put your arm out, rotate your elbow under, just try it. He just asked if the dominant. If my dominant hand is injured, so I'm shooting right-handed, blah, 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 I dump the mag. And we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
I can come to here.
I like that method.
That's cool.
And I can re-engage.
Tech rack on the back.
I only have one cert mag with me.
CHP stuff.
Okay, sir, let's go. Transition. Oh, 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups. Learning from Mike's. Yeah, keep moving though. 10 push-ups. Keep moving. All right, hip, hip. Do what you gotta do. Try that again. Non-dominant hand. Just think about where your other hand is. You're just paying attention. Pay attention to how the sights are rising and falling. Pay attention to how the trigger's breaking with the opposite hand. 2, 5, 10 rounds. There's a couple things we're going to do right now with this drill. We're going to fire from the hip. We are also going to fire and block our slide. I'm going to grab one of my Glocks and show you, or I'll use one of yours. We're going to block our slide and I'm going to let you fire the gun and blow the slide into your hand. No joke. So you can feel that. So from this one, you guys draw, stepping out just a little bit, draw, get your grip. We'll try it with one hand and we'll start with two. Just right here, like at the level where my arm is parallel to the ground, where my shoulder's hanging. I'm not up, just normal. See that? Just good. Draw and get in that position. Join your hands. Keep moving, keep moving. Oh, 10 push-ups. This is kind of, in order to be successful at this, you're just using your eyes, staring at the target, just like you throw a football to your buddy. Follow? Yep. Give me 1 round. Who hit the paper? If you miss, make it up. Start again, guys. 1. Keep moving. 10 push-ups. You didn't miss the last one, but good. Nice. Way to think about what you're doing. Keep moving. Try to hit that paper. This is that proprioception that we were talking about. Proprioception. So lock onto the paper. Give me 2 rounds. 1. Adjust it. Adjust it. Make it work. Make it work. Come on. Fast. I'm not trying to stop you. Oh, 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups.
Where?
I'm going to let you holster up and I'll show you. All right, come from the holster. Do 2 rounds. Come out of the holster and do 2 rounds. Even numbers. Josh, come a little and holler at him if you see something. You got 2 rounds from the holster. Leave your shit on the deck. How many people have become offended at least once in the course of the last 2 days? Have you?
Oh my God.
I can't hit the bottom, but I sure as hell can scrape the side.
That's gross. Especially when you say scrape.
I can scrape that.
You know, finger comes off. You know, it's like you're like cleaning like a crusty pan.
You weren't recording, were you?
That is 1,000% recorded.
Yes. 1,000% getting posted.
Okay, so draw. I'm gonna record these guys. Next time you two are ever in one of my classes, you're being separated by at least half the line.
What did I do?
What didn't you do? Look at everybody else. Look left and right. Oh, look at that. Everybody say thank you. Thank you for, there you go, okay. All right, so block the back of your slide. You need to put some pressure on there. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, listen, this will hurt a little bit. Not a lot. I mean, you saw me do it. Forward pressure, hit the paper. Go ahead, 1 round. Tap. locator when you're not, when you're up. The
top one.
Ready? Scanning, scanning, scanning. Get ready. Down towards that end. Who was it? Block the slide. What happened? So we're gonna run through this. Block the slide, induce the malfunction. Mindfully tap, rack, back on your sight. Hit. Did I hit? Did it work? Breathe. Come back in, finger to the locator. Block the slide. We're gonna do it, everybody together. Ready? Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what's the point of doing that?
Who saw that you all covered the gap? Block the slide. Hit. Did I hit? Did it work? Holster up. Watch me. Breathe. So check it out. Here's the drill. Did I hit? Did it work? Does he need some more? I'm breathing. And I'm going to come back to the holster. When you guys wait till the shooter starts jumping, shooter starts singing. Did I hit? Did it work? Does he need another? Go ahead. After you've done it a few times, hold it. Last time. I wasn't ready. Close. So I all told you earlier to contact shoot rubber dummy. Look at my gun. See that? This gun's not coming out of battery unless I start to apply some angles. Will the gun go off? Nope. No. Didn't go off. No, it wasn't. I was unable to. No guns in my hand. You and I are now scrapping. I gotta. You okay?
Yeah.
I mean, does that hurt?
No, I don't think I do.
All right. Next blow is gonna come in hard.
Okay.
Just kidding.
The blow?
No. So we're now engaged like that. If I can't go anywhere, and you got me up against a wall. You know, I'm up against a wall. If my gun's out of battery, click, he's ice picking me to death. This stuff happens. You've got your gun out. Click. Well, we've now taught you how to deal with that. You know, just like that. Or you get the one shot off, the slide now fires on him, but hits me, and now I'm out of battery. So I can make space and unload on him. Is that legit? Does that now make sense why we were just doing what we were doing?
Yes.
Okay, so you all should have fired twice.
Sing.
Sing. Holster slow, stay on a target. Hey guys, after you shoot, did I hit? Did it work? Don't come off the target. Keep that gun up. Keep that gun up after that last shot's fired. Even. Move. When you guys draw and move, after you're holstered, look at me. Did I hit? Did it work? Does he need another hit? 2, 6, 7, 8, 12. Oh, shit. Mike!
Forgot one.
Is that weird?
Got 3. Got 5. There you go, boy, girl. Can I hit? Is he down? Does he need another?
You just saved yourself 413 push-ups, sir. Who do we appreciate? 13, 12, 6, 4, 1. Do it up.
3 shots. When do I go? Oh.
3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. Move, Josh, move. The gun goes in mode.
Wait, when do I go? When I hear it? When I notice something in my peripheral?
Sure.
You're dead.
You're dead.
Why?
Because they crossed the gap.
Well, hold on. Guys, let me get some jumping jacks. Can I look?
Of course.
Oh.
You got to be aware. Did I hit? Did it work? Does
3.
1, 4, 5, 9, 11, 26. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
1, 13, 2, 9, 5, 6, 12, 8, 2, 1, 13, 12, 4, 5, 6, 11, 3, 2, 1. 11, and extra. Okay, here's the drill, eyes and ears. So, eyes off the line.
Come on, counselor. Get on it.
Wait, let him get some exercise. You keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to
Did it hit? Did it work?
When you're getting that last sight picture, nothing wrong with having your finger on the trigger. So, somebody say something, tell me to go? Go. So, the second engagement, move as you fight through it. So, I took a step, fired, and then took a few lateral steps and engaged.
These are your holsters.
Did it hit? Did it work?
Did I hit? Did it work? Pay attention. It's not just saying it, it's thinking it. It's, are you still engaged? There's still...
Did it hit? Did it work?
You're not just throwing and shooting it. You're moving, shooting, and then moving. You got it? Go ahead. Is he down? Does he need to be shot again? Do I need to address him? Does he have any friends? Eyes and ears. Focus. Gat fire last? Who saw?
I was out. I saw it from here.
You guys loaded and ready? We're at about 12 and a half yards. So check this out. This guy won our big prize, Colonel Blade. This one's actually pretty cool. Let's see if I can do this without breaking the box. This is their full bird. It's got a G-code holster and a trainer. so you can practice. You guys have seen me show you these before. This is a beautiful blade. Well done, man. Well done. Draw like you're drawing a knife. Punches become punctures.
Sweet. Thanks, Mick.
Nice job.
I want to offer this to Josh for letting us use his range
Hell yeah.
and letting all of us come out and shoot.
The love of shooters.
Everybody that I recommend out here, like Johnny and stuff, they always ask me what range should I do and stuff, and I always tell him hit you up, and you're always like, okay, cool, let's go. And every time you tell me, he's like, yeah, dude, come out and shoot whenever you want. So
This is what makes our community so wonderful.
I don't think we did. I think we were shooting the steel at distance, weren't we?
Nobody else remembers shooting it with an accuracy drill at the end of the day yesterday? What was the last drill we did?
I think we did it midway, didn't we?
What was the last drill we did? We were shooting at distance.
Oh, okay.
It's accuracy. Good, those were good hits. Holster up. We start and end every training section with accuracy. Why? Because nothing else trumps getting hits. The whole purpose of fighting is to win, as Steinbeck said. Who knows that quote? The purpose of fighting is to win. What's the next part of the quote? The mind is the ultimate weapon, all else is supplemental. There is no victory in defense.
Not sure which ones were those. I was like, okay, is it a stop one? Is it a go away?
The mind is the ultimate weapon, all else is supplemental. There is no victory in defense. An author that was not a combatant, after doing some study, realized this point. There is no victory without offense, which requires you to put bullets on an intended target at will.
Wait.
Look at that.
Come on, better form.
Dang.
Look at that.
So, every time you touch your gun, you're learning something, right or wrong, good or bad.
Yep.
What did we learn the last 2 days? Give me 10-shot group. That black dot is your target. That's your pace at your leisure. Eyes and ears, look left, look right.
Yep.
You guys should start to be thinking now about going way slower. Really anal trigger discipline. Very, 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 very good sight picture.
Woo!
You can take one shot, take your finger off the trigger, because now we are working on developing that total accuracy. Ready? If I can get my damn whistle. When you're ready, just give me 2 hits, contact. Muzzle down range, finger to the locator. Keep moving, keep moving. 8 and 9 are not something that you can shoot. Warms my heart. Just warms my heart. Good job, counselor. Good job, sir. Good job. Look at this ragged hole. Look at that. Look at that. Nice work, bro. Nice work. Nice work. Nice work. When you guys are done, holster up. Line safe, you guys all holstered? Guys, that warms my heart. This dude's got every one of his rounds touching. Look at this. That's an 1.25 inches.
That was 11 shots.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this.
So one of them was probably out and then he connected to 11. So that doesn't count.
Hey, mine's 16.
So the worst group on the line
7.
is about as good as one of the better groups yesterday. Yes? Walk up here.
Don't worry about that little guy down there.
Mike and shit. Mike and shit. What do you think? Are you happy?
Yes.
Yep.
You guys all, like, you know, when you're getting groups like this, you're applying yourself. Here's the cool thing. A couple days of group shooting, you cut that in half. Literally. Like if you, and you need to do a lot of it. So dry fire, watching and being mindful. But, so you got 1.5 inches, that one flyer.
That was old.
Oh, that was old, okay,
Yeah.
so that one was old.
There's no way I missed that.
When you guys are shooting a group that's 1.5 inches, 2 inches, your gun will do better. But this means you're doing the same thing over and over again, which is good. Now, if you're starting to, if most of your shots are left or something, sometimes you might have the sight that needs to be drifted. After 2 days of shooting, this is, all of these are great. After 2 days of shooting, our hands are tired, our eyes are tired, our feet are tired. So you still dug in and got that. I'm happy. That makes me feel good. I literally, when you guys were shooting, I was watching, I was smiling at my camera and waving. It's thumbs up, man. That's good stuff. Questions on the last 2 days? You guys can pop your ear pro off. What did you take away? What are things that you learned that you didn't think you were going to learn? Yes, ma'am?
Women aren't superior.
No, that was a total joke. I think women I would much rather have a class of women than men. 2 reasons. One, I have to watch my mouth a lot more, only because you allowed me to be as I am, as I am. But women are better students in general. Because of that, I need to insult and demean because it makes me feel like less of a human. Unfortunately. Right? Takeaways. Critiques.
Hits are more important than speed.
Hell yeah. Now, could we say somebody from a tactical standpoint could be like, screw that, I just need to send lead as fast as I can in the general direction. Some Green Beret buddies of mine will say that. I agree. But we're not like a tactical team, suppressive fire. There may be a point to that, but you got to get to the point where you can do this reliably before you even think about those things. What else? That's it, huh?
I feel like I need to pace myself and slow down a little. Get ahead of myself a lot.
That's a maturity thing, too, because we want to go faster.
Especially running, because I want to go full blast running, and then I think I got to go fast shooting, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I need to slow it down.
Knowing thyself, being able to audit and check yourself. Anything you guys was hoping to do or learn, but we didn't do? We're jamming a lot of information in 2 days. And everybody that does this type of work has things that they like to fixate upon, and I had got to the point where I realized, other than like a basic marksmanship class where we really hone in on those things, my best and greatest use of time is to try to put you in situations where you're forced to analyze yourself. Because that's the only thing that's going to give you, in my opinion, a lasting benefit. I can shoot a lot and show you how great I am or not great I am. And that's not going to do it. Is it? What else? You're not hurting my feelings if you got some critique. Some of you are mad that I used vulgarity. You can say I didn't like the way you spoke. Some of you didn't like the gay innuendo, the sexual.
I'm really mad that you didn't take a bite of my sandwich, but you took a bite of the George burger last night.
It's true.
It is what it
Geez,
is.
like, hey man, take a bite of my burger. And I was like, I did. I literally bit his burger.
So did I.
And it was good.
So that's it. You guys learned everything you wanted to learn. There was nothing that you did not want to learn.
Learn how to learn what to learn.
Okay? All right.
What to focus on. This time, still a lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn. It's a lifelong journey. Headshot. It's cool. check that out. Down in that valley is where we've been shooting all weekend. And that's the view. Not a bad office for the weekend, huh? Look at that. I know I'm staring into the sun here, but I want you to see. Ain't life grand? Ain't life grand? I think this was a great class. I think we'll come back. I don't really care for California's politics, but it's got some great people and some great scenery. Check that out. So check this out. This is the range at Josh's in, well, just outside of Temecula. That's enough. That's all you need to know. Beautiful though. Check this out. This is where it gets kind of fun. Heading out. Check this out. Woohoo!